Okay, so the first thing we need to understand about wearing a belt, we need to learn by not wearing a belt. So what we need to understand is about bracing. So if we've got a heavy weight up on our back, that's where the weight is, and the power is coming from mostly the lower body. So we need to make sure that this section here is nice and stiff so that we can transfer the power. So if you think about an inflatable mattress, when it's blown up well, it's got air inside of the cavity, it's nice and it's relatively stiff. So we need to make sure that we've got that there. When we are going to do our lift, what we need to do is we need to breathe air into our belly, so into the diaphragm, pushing downwards, and then we want to push that air out and contract our abs so that the air is pushing out and the abs are pushing back in against it. So then we've got this like really nice core stability here, which is also protecting our lower back. If I was just about to come up and punch you in the stomach, then you would tense. What we need to be able to think about is coming in, lifting the bar back out of the rack. That's when we need to get our brace now. So I'm going to breathe in deeply, down into my belly and push out against my abs. And from there then I'm going to brace as I come down into the squat and then breathe out on the way back up again. Now you can't just hold your breath for like 3, 4, 10, 15 reps because you'll just pass out. So when you get that back up to the top of your rep, then you're going to breathe fully out whilst maintaining this nice posture here so that we don't crumple under the bar. And then we're going to go again, breathing in, down into the belly, pushing out against the abs and doing your second rep. So you think of the reps as like individual reps. So you can also do that by if you stick your thumbs into your above your hips here, then when you breathe in, push down and push out against the abs, you can feel the tension here. The purpose of a belt, and we want to wear it pretty much above the hips but below the rib cage. So on me that's about here. So we don't want it to be too tight. You want to be able to get your hand down there a bit so it's not super tight. And then the idea is then that what I was just talking about, when the air is being pushed down and out against the abs, this supports your abs and helps them push back against the air, creating even more tension in here. Now, I would only necessarily wear a belt for top sets. So as I'm warming up, say I was going to go and squat 140, I wouldn't wear the belt for long using just the bar or 40 kilos. But as we get up towards like 60, 100, I would then start using my belt because it gets me used to the reps that are going to be heavier. So that's the idea. Personally, I find a belt very good for squats. Deadlifts I find slightly tricky because as I come down, unless you're super lean and you have like zero fat here, then any fat you do have does tend to get pinched a bit against the belt. So it's up to you for deadlifts. If it's really heavy, I'll just forego that slight discomfort and just go for it. And then I probably wouldn't wear them for a huge amount of other exercises because it's not fully necessary.